70-year-old Eloise Brown of Barbara Avenue, Edgewater, Portmore, in St. Catherine, has been missing since Wednesday, December 25. She is of dark complexion, slim build and 165 centimeters, 5 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the Bridgeport police are that Brown was last seen at home about 8 p.m. wearing a gray sweater, brown pants, and a pair of pink sneakers. All efforts to contact her have proven futile. Anyone with information that can assist the police to find Eloise Brown is asked to contact the Bridgeport Police at 876-988-2697, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. A Jamaican man died and 3 others have been hospitalized with serious injuries following a single-vehicle collision in Cayman Islands on Thursday. Romario Jacquet, 26, of Rockford in East Kingston, was the driver of the Subaru sedan involved in the crash early Thursday morning. According to Commissioner of Police Kurt Walton, instead of enjoying the rest of the festive season, a family is now dealing with the grief of this tragic loss. He said the fatal collision follows another serious crash only hours before, in which 3 people were injured. The latest road death brings the toll in the Cayman Islands for 2024 to 13 people, 3 of which have happened in December. A successful operation by the St. Andrew North Police Division has led to the seizure of a shotgun in Cashew Ridge, Jacks Hill, on Thursday. The Grants Pen police report that about 4 a.m., lawmen, acting on information, conducted an operation in the area when the shotgun was discovered in a bag. No arrest was made in connection to the find. The investigation continues. The brother of former gang leader Christopher "Dog" Paul Linton was killed on Friday, December 27. Roger Linton was reportedly killed in an alleged confrontation with the police in St. Andrew, where a weapon was allegedly seized. Police said they were aware of the incident but could not yet provide details. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has declared 2024 a crime-fighting success, but says the police cannot relent in their efforts to rid the country of criminal elements. During his end-of-year review, Dr. Blake said bold policing objectives were established, but the JCF made good on its promises to address crime and enhance national security, despite significant challenges. The top cop referenced a dip in major crimes, including murders, as an indication of the JCF's record of achievement this year.
One of the most significant outcomes of 2024 has been the 18% reduction in murders. This represents a major step forward in enhancing public safety and reducing the devastating impact of violent crime on our society. Such a reduction does not occur by chance. It is the result of deliberate, strategic planning and execution, driven by the commitment of the men and women of the JCF, supported by partnerships across all sectors of society. Shootings are down 10% across the country. There has been a 25% reduction in reported rapes. Robberies have reduced by 21%, while we've seen a 1% drop in break-ins. At the start of the year, the High Command asks more of every member of the force, and through a collective effort, there has been a 14% reduction in overall major crimes. This has enabled us to identify, target, and apprehend high-risk offenders who pose significant threats to public safety. To those offenders who believe they can evade the reach of justice, let me be clear. We know who you are, and our resolve will not waver.
Government will be exploring ways to help Jamaicans who have suffered roof damage following months of frequent rainfall. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the announcement during his Christmas Day message to the nation.
As I move about the country, aside from road repairs, the most frequent requests I get is for assistance with housing repair, mainly roofing. While we will not be able to assist every private dwelling, we will be examining ways in which we can quickly assist those households most in need of roofing repairs.
The Prime Minister also revealed that the government would be designing and developing a program to help Jamaicans adapt to and mitigate the impacts of climate change. Jamaica and the Dominican Republic have signed a landmark air services agreement aimed at enhancing connectivity, promoting trade and tourism, bolstering security, and improving the efficiency of air transport between the two nations. The agreement was signed by Jamaica's Transport Minister Darrell Vaz and the DOMREP's Foreign Minister Roberto Alvarez. It aligns with the principles of the Convention on International Civil Aviation, also known as the Chicago Convention. The agreement includes key provisions such as overflight and landing rights, non-scheduled and multi-destination air transport, and robust safety measures to ensure compliance with international standards. In other regional air travel news, non-stop flights are now being offered from Antigua and Barbuda to Jamaica after Liat 20 launched the service recently. The airline is now providing direct services on this route every Friday. Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston is the first in the Northern Caribbean to welcome the airline, which now serves a total of 11 destinations across the region. Chief Executive Officer of PAC Kingston Airport Limited, Sitara English Byfield, says Liat 20 is set to play a key role in reducing travel times across the Caribbean.
This milestone is not just a testament to the strategic role Kingston Airport plays in regional aviation, but also a reflection of the growing confidence in our facilities, service, and our commitment to the region. Liat 20, a new innovative airline dedicated to enhancing Caribbean connectivity, offering reliable service that focuses on the unique needs of travelers within the region.
215 individuals have so far been recruited for the Agricultural Wardens Program, one of the main initiatives aimed at tackling predial larceny across the island. Head of the Predial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit, Superintendent Oral Pasco, gave the update during a recent press briefing at the Ministry of Agriculture. He confirms that 164 recruits have passed to the JCF's internal exams, which are the same as those taken by regular police officers, to ensure consistent standards for all participants in the program.
The training program is supposed to be at least 12 weeks, and I can tell that is very significant of intensive training. We have oversubscribed the first 100 to start January next fiscal year. We're supposed to start in April, the first month, and then we go to July. So we're expecting about 200 persons.
Recruitment for the Agricultural Wardens Program continues, with efforts focused on St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas, and plans to cover the entire island. Training is set to begin in January 2025, with a goal of deploying 200 boots on the ground, in addition to police support. And finally, banks have been urged to step up their efforts to ensure reliable automated teller machine ATM services as the holiday season continues. The call comes from the Consumer Affairs Commission CAC amidst reports by the Bank of Jamaica that some financial institutions are still falling short of the 90% service standard requirement for ATM facilities.
We want to encourage our banks to ensure that the ATMs are stocked, they are serviced regularly, to ensure that consumers who we know will be out and about, and there will be a tremendous increase in circulation of cash, that our consumers will be able to easily withdraw monies so that they can facilitate their business.
The Commission's Director of Communications was speaking at a recent JS think tank. The CAC, which is an agency within the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, is tasked with enforcing the Consumer Protection Act and facilitating ethical behavior in the marketplace between vendors and consumers.
4 people were injured on Friday morning following a motor vehicle crash along the Huddersfield Main Road in St. Mary. It's reported that about 5:30 a.m., a Toyota Mark X motor car was traveling from Orcabessa St. Mary towards Ocho Rios in St. and when the driver lost control of the vehicle, which ran off the road and crashed into several trees. The driver and the injured passengers were cut from the mangled vehicle. Eyewitnesses claimed that speeding caused the crash. 3 of the men were treated and released, while 1 has been admitted. The Jamaica Constabulary Force's Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch says 362 fatalities have been recorded as at Friday, December 27, 2024. This figure is 58 less than the corresponding period last year, representing a 14% reduction. The 362 fatalities were a result of 312 collisions. This number of collisions is 67 less than the period in 2023, representing a reduction of 18%. February and March saw the joint highest number of road fatalities, with 38. The lowest amount of fatalities for a given month was 21, recorded in July. January and February saw the joint most collisions for a month, with 32. July saw the least amount of collisions, with 19. A Manchester man who has been in custody for the alleged murder of his elderly landlord in July 2022 has been charged again, this time in relation to 2 cases of double murder, one of which involves his aunt. Manchester detectives laid the additional charges against 32-year-old Toby Clark, of Chudley District in Christiana, Manchester, following the completion of formal administrative processes, including an interview with him in the presence of his attorney on Wednesday, December 18, 2024. The case involving Clark's aunt dates back to 2017. After probing the murder of 64-year-old Doreen Hamilton and her son at their home on Cedar Garden Road in Mandeville, Manchester for 7 years, detectives at the Area 3 Major Investigations Division made a breakthrough in November 2024. Clark is charged with murder, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony in relation to the case. It is alleged that at about 12:05 a.m. on Saturday, September 2, 2017, residents heard gunshots and summoned the police. On the arrival of the police, Doreen Hamilton and her 38-year-old son, Orain Hamilton, were found inside their home, with gunshot wounds. Several months of intense investigations followed, however, detectives were unable to lay formal charges. Follow-up probes continued over the years, and in November 2024, a crucial piece of evidence was unearthed, leading to the charges. Clark has also been charged with 2 counts of murder, conspiracy to murder, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony and wounding with intent in relation to a double murder at Craighead District in Manchester on Saturday, July 13. Dead are 39-year-old Tanisha Burton, otherwise called Browning, a businesswoman of Bigwood in Craighead District, Manchester, and 74-year-old Wilfred Mallison, otherwise called Danny. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 10:10 p.m., Burton, Mallison, and another man were at a bar when armed men entered and opened gunfire, hitting all 3 persons. The gunman then escaped on foot. One of the injured persons alerted residents, who called the police. On arrival of the police, Burton and Mallison were seen lying on the ground in the bar, both with gunshot wounds to the body. They were rushed to the hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The other man was treated and released. Based on information gathered during the investigation, detectives believe that Clark, while in custody, contracted 23-year-old Joe Wayne Williams, otherwise called Dangles, a farmer of Pike District in Christiana, Manchester, and others to carry out the killing. Williams was charged on Friday, November 29, in relation to the incident. Preparations for Clark's court date are underway.